Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all.
Hey, what is up, trainers? Pogo Joel here, coming at you with Niantic Wayfarer. This is going to be the way for you to get new Pokestops, new gyms in your area and around the world. So hang in and let's go over how to get new Pokestops in the game. So you must be asking, what is Niantic Wayfarer? Wayfarer is going to be Niantic's submission system for new Pokestops, gyms, and portals in all of their games. This is how you'll be able to get these in your area. Now there's going to be submissions and reviews that are going to allow you to actually create new Pokestops in your area for Pokemon Go, if you play Wizards Unite or Ingress, and it's going to be all through Niantic Wayfarer. Let's get right into it. Why is Niantic Wayfarer so awesome? Well, here's a quick history lesson. Niantic first developed Ingress. That was the game where you walk around like you're an agent with submitting portals and doing all these things in that game. Those portals eventually made it over to Pokemon Go. And then from there, submitting new ones was kind of a tall order. In Ingress, you had to get to level 10 just so you could submit a portal, and from what I heard, that was a tall order. I heard it's worse than getting to level 40 in Pokemon Go. I'm not sure if that's true or not. And then from there, once you get to level 12, that's when you can actually review portals that people submit. So if it was super hard enough to already get to level 10 and you still had to go to level 12, imagine all that work you have to do just so you can get new portals submitted into the game. And remember, those are our Pokestops and gyms that we have today. And then other than Ingress, the only other thing you can do to get new stops and gyms was by actually creating an account with OpenStreetMap. That's actually the mapping system that Niantic uses for their games. So you can actually go in there and add things into the game, or into OpenStreetMaps that would eventually make it into the game. I actually added this park. It was not in the game before. It wasn't even on Street Maps. I added this park, and I'll show you how easy it's going to be to add it in right now with Niantic Wayfarer. So I made this a long time ago. Still hasn't been approved. We do have some spawns there now, but here we go, Niantic Wayfarer. So no OpenStreetMaps, no Ingress. Let's just do this Niantic Wayfarer thing. So you go there here in your settings and you'll have Pokestop submissions if you're a level 40 player. Now if you're under level 40, you're going to see player nominations, new Pokestop unlocks at level 40. But if you are a level 40 player, this will be available to you here. So you'll go ahead and click on new Pokestop. So what makes a good way spot or Pokestop? Point of interest. So it's a location with a cool story, a place in history, educational value, a cool piece of art, unique architecture, a hidden gem, or like a hyper local spot. So there's a lot of things that qualify, like public parks, public libraries, public places of worship, transit stations. These are all going to be good things you can nominate for Pokestops. So I'm going to do this park here. We're going to go with, it's called Antelope Ridge Park. It wasn't in Street Maps before, and there wasn't any activity for such a long time here. I submitted that Street Maps a long time ago, and we're just seeing activity now. So first you'll set your spot, or your waypoint where you'll be. Then it's going to ask you to take a photo. This will be the potential Pokestop photo. So here it is. I'm not sure if this is the best photo, but this is the one that had the name of the park there, just in case anyone reviewed it, they could see a little bit more or less. So you get a picture of that. It saves it. You can kind of see the name there. And then if we look over here next, it's going to ask you if you want to retake the photo or submit that one. But from there, it's going to ask you to take kind of a picture of the surrounding areas to make sure it's a safe area for us to access, because safety is one of the concerns here. I actually like this picture better as the submission one, but all I did was back up down this walkway just to get more of the area so people could see that it's safe. But I think this picture ended up being a better picture for the park, but whatever. Just so people can get an idea of the area and how safe it could be. So then it's asking if you're satisfied with that. We'll go ahead and hit next. And then right here, it's going to go into the description. So you're going to need to describe the Pokestop you're submitting, the point of interest. So here's some little guidelines. You could read through that if you'd like. But let's get right into the description. So first you need to name it, and for me this park is called Antelope Ridge Park. You can see it right there in the picture. So let's go ahead and type that out here. Antelope Ridge Park. Sorry, I should speed this part up. Alrighty, and then once we have the name in there, it's going to ask us to provide a description of the Pokestop you're submitting. So you don't have to do the actual description part of it. Well, you do have to give it a title, but the actual Pokestop description, you don't have to describe it, but it's probably going to be better if you do, and plus give people an idea of why you're submitting it. So I don't know if you read the sign there, but it's Antelope Ridge Park, and it was created by some Boy Scouts. One of the troop numbers there, it said it right on the sign, so I pretty much just put what exactly was on the sign here. So it was adopted by Cub Scouts troop, I believe, was it 100 or 101? Let's see. Pack 110. There you go, Pack 110. So now we have our description in there. We're happy with that. We're going to go ahead and submit that. And then it shows you a preview of what it could potentially look like and a review of your submission. So you want to confirm that that's what you want it to say, that's what it's described as, and that's the location of it. And then once you're happy with that, you can go ahead and hit confirm, and then bam, and then asking you why did you submit this as a Pokestop or a point of interest or a waypoint, as they're calling it. So the reason why I submitted this one is because it's a really great public park, and I hope that a lot of people can come check it out. Some people might not even know that it's in the game. That's what I love about Pokemon Go. All of these stops and gyms really do give you things to check out in your area that you might have never checked out before. So this little park is a nice hidden gem. Hopefully some more people can show up here, and since it's a public park, maybe someday that could be an EX gym location. So these are good examples of things to find in your community, just things you can add into the game and improve it, not just on Pokemon Go, but on Harry Potter Wizards Unite and even Ingress. But submitting is only part of your job. Let's look at the rest here. So after you actually submit the Pokestop, it thanks you, and then you should receive an email. So you should receive that email. It's going to say, hi trainer, Pogo Joel. Thank you for nominating a Pokestop, and it gives you all the details, when you nominated it, and the link to your actual nomination. And if you do look at the criteria link, there's a link in there. It'll bring you here, kind of telling you what makes a high quality Pokestop or submission. So here are some great examples. I'll leave a link in the description to all of the Niantic Wayfarer stuff, and all of the information that you'll need just to get in there and start reviewing, submitting, and doing everything you need to do to make our game better and your communities better. The next important step is reviewing submissions. That is one of the most important steps, and this is the best way to help your community. So now I'm actually over on Wayfarer's website. You can do this on your phone or on a computer. I'm on the showcase tab. It shows you what are good examples of Pokestops in your area or waypoints. And then in the review section, you can actually take a test. It's super easy. And then once you pass the test, you can actually start reviewing real ones. And then in the nominations tab, you can see my review right here of the one that I actually submitted. So Antelope Ridge Park. Hopefully people can get in there and review that. I don't know how the actual review system works, but I know there's people that have submitted portals in Ingress back in 2017 that are finally now getting them because of Pokemon Go players who are now reviewing these with Niantic Wayfarer. So let's go over to the review section here, and this should actually start showing us how we can start reviewing one, and we'll just do a quick review so you can get an idea of what it is. So the first one, let's see, this is going to be Leak Springs Carson Trail. And then just so you know, once you start reviewing them, they're not going to all be in your area. They're going to be from all over the world. Once you get in there, you review a few, it'll actually start showing you more in your area, but you have to work for it. So you have to do some that are not in your area and some in your area. It is what it is. It's going to help us determine the best stops all around the world and get more things, not just for your area, but for the whole game. You never know when you're going to travel or go somewhere new. So here is an example of one that someone submitted. I actually put a little bit of thought in these, and I go through them and I review them. It doesn't take that long, really. You can do these pretty quickly, like in 2 to 5 minutes. Alrighty, and then you read the description. So I am speeding this up. I'm not gonna bore you with everything. So you read the description. If you think it's good, you put it in here. Supporting information, kind of like what other people have noted about this area. Then you have the historical and cultural significance. Is it visually unique? And then is it safe to access this area? So I actually went back and took a look. Looks like it's off onto the side, so not on a road or anything. So yeah, I would say it's safe. The location accuracy, this one might be a little bit off, but who knows. Looks good to me. And then you have to put, what is it? What kind of description is it? So for me, I thought it was this one, for example, is more of a sign, and it's more of a educational or like historical sign. So I'm cool with it. And then we can review it if you want further. Location was just a little off, but I think that's fine. So then we can go ahead and hit submit once we're ready. Okay, submit, and bam, so you reviewed one, and then you keep going. And then I actually thought this was an example of one that was not a good Pokestop, and because it's a temporary thing, I know it's an informational sign, but the sign's like highlighting some festival, so I did not think it was a good one. And I even looked around, because when you submit these, you could see if it's a duplicate to see if it's already been submitted before, or maybe even already a Pokestop that's there. And then it'll ask you, why wasn't this one a good one? And then the criteria, for me, I thought it was more of a seasonal thing. So there you have it, trainers. That is how you get new Pokestops and gyms into the game with Niantic Wayfarer. It's not only just about submitting. You get to submit 7 times, I think every 2 weeks or every week, something like that. You also have to be reviewing. If you want these in the game, review them. I know players have been talking about this from a long time ago in Ingress. They had so many people submitting and only very few people reviewing. So we need everyone to not just submit, but review. The reviewing is going to get the new stops and gyms actually put in. The submitting will get the new spots in there, but they still have to be reviewed. So Niantic Wayfarer, an awesome tool for us to get new gyms and stops in our areas. So get right on it. Links in the description. If you find this helpful, please drop a like, subscribe, and until next time, trainers, submit on.